What's hiding underneath things can be scary. Underwater, under your bed, especially what's under your carpet. Except when you get new carpet from Carpet One Floor and Home. After tearing up your old carpet, they'll vacuum and apply Health Annex antimicrobial to your subfloor, disinfecting and killing mold, mildew, and any remaining general awfulness. Carpet One Floor and Home goes the extra mile to protect you, your family, and your home. Carpet One Floor and Home in Columbia, making your home beautiful, guaranteed.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, January the 18th. We're going to talk about a subject we really haven't dealt with on Radio Friends before. Hopefully you'll get some good information out of this. It's how to use our computer the right way and watch out for security. I want to introduce you to Robert Ricketts, who is with us from Itcomo. Good to have you here,
Thank you
Robert.
for having me today.
Now, what is
Yes.
Itcomo?
So Itcomo is a one-man computing firm that does IT consulting for small businesses and residential clients as well.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about using our computer safely. And the most important thing, when you came in here today, I said, what's the most important thing? You said security.
Yes.
Security. What's the biggest mistake we make with security on our computer?
Probably the number one mistake folks make is clicking on fraudulent emails.
And how do you know if it's a fraudulent email or
Yeah,
not?
sometimes takes a geek's eye to determine if an email is fraudulent, but there are some telltale signs that can help you to decide if that email is fraudulent. Maybe the wording of the email, the English isn't quite right. The from address, maybe it's from a .com you're not familiar with, or it's asking for personal information, or it's asking you to click on something or call a number you're not familiar
Now,
with.
I told you earlier this week, I got an email, and it said that my reoccurring payment to Norton's of $469.
Yes.
Now, that's an awful lot of money to pay for security
That's
on
right.
your computer. Normally, it's about $50 or $60.
That's right.
But it said my reoccurring payment would be charged within several days for $469. If I wanted more information, please call this number.
That's right.
Now, I realized, first of all, I don't have Norton's, I have McCaskey.
Yes.
And I went to my credit card online, make sure there was nothing there.
That's right.
I deleted it. You said that was a hoax.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, and you've seen those?
I've seen dozens of those.
So if somebody gets an email saying that their reoccurring payment to Norton's for $469 or whatever, it's a hoax. Just delete it.
That's right. And it's not just Norton. I mean, McAfee, the emails are sent out fraudulently in the name of McAfee as well.
What happens if you call that 800 number that's on that email to say, I didn't authorize this, don't charge me?
That's right. So when you call that number, which may or may not be a toll-free number, first of all, they're going to have the caller ID of your phone number. So now they know that you responded to their bait. So that tells them that, kind of puts you on a sort of a sucker list, so to speak. So you're more likely to get more of those kinds of emails. Furthermore, because they have your caller ID, they'll put you on various robo-dial lists. They'll sell your number on sort of the dark web. You may start receiving more robo-dials.
All right. So again, if you suspect something is a scam, just delete it.
Just delete it. Never reply, never call the number, never click on the link. Just delete it. In that case, your first clue was that it was for such an exorbitant amount of money, $400 and some odd dollars. As you said, Norton is $50 or $60.
Yeah. What's some of the other things that we need to keep in mind?
Well, so that's probably the single biggest way that threats come in, or people get viruses on their computer.
What about on our phones? Can we get viruses on our phones too, like the computers?
You can. So the two big phones are iPhone and then Android. The iPhone is a bit more secure because of its closed ecosystem that prevents you from downloading things. Android is not quite as safe in that regard, so I typically recommend iPhones. But you don't need a security product on those devices.
That's what I was going to ask you. The phones don't need a security product.
No.
But what about the tablets?
Well, at least in the Apple ecosystem, the tablets and the phones run this basically the same operating system.
If you have an Android tablet, is it going to need...
Well, that's almost a non-event. Most people don't have Android tablets.
Oh, I do.
But
Okay. So do I need a security system?
probably not. Android, even though it may be a little bit less secure than Apple phones, it's still way more secure than your computer.
Okay, so the computer is the main thing that you want to make
That's
sure
right.
that you have security on it. It's not a wasted money to do the security.
No, that's right.
And what about when you get these notices for updates on your computer? How do you know that those updates are actually legitimate, that they're sending you a notice to click now to update?
Well, if you're receiving an email that you need to update, the chances of that being legitimate declines a bit. Most legitimate updates are automatic. They happen without you knowing it. And that happens because you actually have the product that needs to do the updating. You don't have to be baited into it with an email.
Okay, so if you're running Windows, it's going to automatically...
That's right.
It's going to tell you that it's going to do an update, and that's legitimate.
Yeah, that's right.
But if you get an email saying that you need to click on this for an update, it probably is a scam.
That's right.
As far as checking our bank accounts and our credit card accounts on the computer or on the phone, is there a risk with that?
The phone is safer because, again, the phone is harder to compromise. So if you have the app, the banking app on your phone for whoever your bank is, then that is the safer way to access your bank account.
More so than on the computer.
That's right.
Okay.
But if you're familiar with your bank's computer, their website interface, when you go to the nameofyourbank.com, then that's typically safe as well. But because computers are more likely to be compromised than a mobile device, then it is safer to access on your mobile phone.
We're almost out of time. I want to have you come back again, and maybe we can talk about how we can speed up our computers.
Oh,
but
yes.
In a 30-second period, is there anything that we can do if our computer is running slow to make it run faster?
The number one thing that slows down what appears to be your computer speed is really not the computer itself, not today. It's the Wi-Fi issue inside your home or in your office. There's things we can do to speed up the Wi-Fi, which kind of is the grease that makes everything else work a little bit better.
So there are things you can do to speed up your Wi-Fi,
Yes.
even if you don't have the fastest speed?
That's right.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that next time.
That's
then.
right.
All right. If people want more information, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, my domain name is very simple, itcomo.com.
Okay. itcomo.com.
All my contact info is on there.
You got it. Thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you.
by, Robert. We appreciate it, and best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
And keep in mind, if you get something that you think, just use a little common sense there. If you think it doesn't look quite right, delete it.
That's right.
Don't click on it, and don't call the number, because then they got you on that call list.
That's right.
All right, something you'd like to hear or see, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email. That's pepperp@missouri.edu. And when you're out and about today, please put that mask on. Keep yourself safe and others around you. Bye-bye.